And President Trump plans to add new members to his voter fraud commission. He's set to appoint Alabama probate judge Alan Lamar King and former Justice Department official Christian Adams, who served under President George W. Bush. They will join the 15-member commission led by Kansas Secretary of State Chris Kobach. The group's first meeting will be held July 19th, where multiple topics will be discussed, specifically, of course, related to preventing possible voter fraud. Meantime, a prominent conservative lawyer from the Heritage Foundation that's also been added to the commission says he's puzzled by the refusal of some states to provide voter registration. One America's John Hines has more from Washington.
Following the creation of President Trump's Advisory Commission on Election Integrity, one of the commission's first tasks was to send a letter asking all 50 states for information on their voters. Yet many states refused to comply with the request, a response that one Election Commission member calls bizarre.
I have to say the reaction of some of the states is a bit bizarre. The letter very carefully asks only for publicly available information. What's so odd about that is that all of the states sell this information.
They sell this information to political parties, candidates, researchers, and commercial companies that use the information to target political mailers and marketing campaigns to particular households, says the Heritage Foundation's Hans von Spakovsky, who was just appointed to the Presidential Commission. But ultimately, says von Spakovsky, federal law requires public access to voter information.
Actually, under federal law, the National Voter Registration Act, it has a provision that says that any member of the public has the right to inspect and copy any and all information on the programs that states have to maintain the accuracy of their voter registration roll. So in other words, members of the public have a right to see this same voter registration data that now some states are refusing to provide to the Commission.
And it is that voter information, which is supposed to be available to members of the public, that will prove crucial for the Commission to track down who is voting and where, which could offer potential clues to voter fraud, says von Spakovsky.
About 5 years ago, the Pew Charitable Trust did a study, and they determined that there were upwards of 2.8 million Americans who were registered in more than one state. Now, I have no doubt that many of those are errors, but we need to look at the voter histories of those people. Are there people who are intentionally and knowingly voting in more than one state in the same election? That's illegal.
Von Spakovsky says the Commission's goal is to investigate and research our election process to see what kinds of problems may exist, and that any allegations of voter suppression are, quote, ridiculous. John Hines, One America News, Washington.